Good morning. It's now just about 9 o'clock on Sunday the 24th of January 2016. I'm Andy and this is my allotment. Not made a video for a little while because this time of year there's not a huge amount going on, to be honest, but I thought I'd do a monthly roundup and just go over the sort of stuff that needs to be done at this time of year, as well as what has been done so far and where I'm up to. And it's basically like a video diary for myself more than anything else. So if you get anything good out of it, great. If you don't, I'm sorry about that. Anyway, let's have a look around. Got quite a few beds that have now been manured. As you can see, this has got about 6 barrel loads of horse manure on top, bringing it up to the surface. There is grass coming through, but my plan is I'm going to cover this over with some sort of weed fabric, well, some weed fabric. Weight it down and then basically wait till spring to be able to plant into this. Not sure what's going in here this year. I think I'm probably going to put brassicas down here this year. Square foot gardening bed. Still got lots of stuff in here. Lots of beetroots in there and stuff that needs to coming out. All the old tomatillos and things like that. I've got spring onions. I've got lettuce growing still wonderfully. Different sorts of lettuce. What I might do today though is take out all of the rotting stuff. Take out all the beetroot. And I have got some more manure which I'm going to bring down and basically fill up the beds because it's getting quite low in here now. What you're supposed to do with the square foot gardening is every time you take something out, add more compost, manure, whatever, turn it over in its own little square. So you're not turning it all over, you're not double digging or anything like that, but you actually end up with a deeper bed and a richer bed every time you take something out. I've been a bit remiss on that by the looks of it. Everything's quite low down. I need to get a good 3 inches of manure on top of each of these squares where there isn't anything growing. So to do that, I'm going to take out the stuff that has gone past, or is about to go past, like this chard in front of us. It's still looking really good, but I'm probably going to take that out because we're not using it and it's just in the way at the moment. As you can see, the chickens are out today and they're enjoying my cabbages. Not too bothered about these cabbages at the front, to be honest, because they were attracted by the birds anyway beforehand, and it's good for the chickens. It gives a good flavour on the eggs. The ones under the net at the back are all can't remember the name of the damn variety now, but they're a hearted variety. So hopefully they will come good and we should get some decent cabbages from them when they survive, and these I will leave for the chickens to eat. All these fruit bushes in this bed, they're all going to be transplanted very shortly because I want to get this back into growing vegetables. The fruit bushes themselves are going to go around the edge of the plot. I'll show you down, walk you down to the edge of the plot and show you where. So this is going to be the edge of the plot, or this is the edge of the plot here, as you can see, going all the way down there. I've got some soil in here already. I need to get some slabs in excuse me, on end to retain the soil, and then plant fruit bushes into this bit, make a fruit hedge effectively. And then this little bit here in front of the pond, this is going to end up being a herb garden. I'm thinking about making a physic herb garden, going back to the Elizabethan times maybe, and it's planting in herbs that have got medicinal properties. And the pond is looking remarkably clear. I don't know if you can see that on the pictures. There's quite a few leaves in the bottom which will need raking out, but it's very, very clear, which I'm very pleased about. While I'm down here, I'll show you the rhubarb bed, and all this rhubarb is coming through dramatically. I mean, we've got stalks 3-4 inches long there on some of it. Some at the back, lots of weeds needs pulling out, lots of grasses. Again, I'll get on my hands and knees and get those out, get them cleared. And I've probably got another space for another two rhubarb plants to go in there. One in this top right corner and one in the top left corner there. Now this is my grandson Jack's bed. He's only really got strawberries left in here now, everything else is gone. And it's a bit of a mess, but we are tidying up as we go. Things I'm going to be doing today, I've already started on this one, as you can see. I've started tidying up all the old leaves on the old strawberry plants. I'm going to clear all the leaves out from here, take the runners, because I'm going to be saving those, I'm going to be using those elsewhere, and this bed the same. Now this bed has been planted through black plastic, well, weed fabric, and did really well last year. Got loads off it. This bed behind also has strawberries in it, but this is going to be filled up with manure, all the brambles and everything chopped right back, weed fabric put down, and those strawberries put back in. But hopefully this time the strawberries will be not susceptible to slugs, etc., like they were last time. We had lots of problems before with that. Moving on, this bed is going to be for raspberries, which are going to come from the back of the strawberry bed over there. I found that over there they were just too deep, couldn't get to them from both sides. It was a mistake putting them there in the first place. Live and learn, it's one of those things. So they're going to come down here in a similar way to I've got raspberries in there along my grapevine. The red currants and white currants in this other bed, they're going to be coming out as well and going with the rest of the soft fruits as a fruit hedge. This bed has been 3/4 manured. The rest of it has got celeriac in, which is still growing. They're still bulking out, which is really good. Under there I've got purple sprouting broccoli at this end, and on the other side a couple of poor specimens of sprouts. I mean, they were put in October and these didn't do anything. Leeks are doing well, as you can see, plenty of them there. Couple of spindly thin things, a couple haven't made it, majority are looking good, so I might be actually start taking some of those and use them as baby leeks. My son's bed there, he's got some fennel in, he's got some lettuce still, and he's got his own leeks, but his those went in a few weeks later than mine, and they were weaker specimens as well anyway. And a quick spin into the greenhouse. Just because it's winter doesn't mean to say nothing's growing. Oops. Right, as you can see, we've got plenty of onions and garlic. The back trays are all garlic. There's about nearly 5 dozen garlic there. I need more because that's how many I had last year, and we used the last garlic last night, or in January, and these aren't going to be ready until June, July. So I need to get probably another couple of dozen garlic. The rest of them are onions. I've got white onions, red onions, no shallots as yet because I'm planning on growing those from seed, but as you can see I've got a couple of trays on the top, and then down below 3 more trays there, 2 trays of onions, a tray of beans, 2 more trays of onions. Now these I don't think have actually started to sprout. Well, there's one sprouted in there, but that's about it. Don't think there's anything coming through on the beans as yet. It's been a bit cold since they went in, so not surprising. Then over here I have another 5 trays of onions, all coming through nicely, and a tray of beans. Again, nothing coming through on those are broad beans. What I'm planning to do with the onions, when they get strong and about that size, to be honest, then I've got to start thinking of putting them outside. They're doing pretty well, they're doing okay, but they're going to get to the stage where they're going to run out of the nutrients in the compost and they won't grow any bigger than they are. The chilies have finally come to an end. We had a frost and some snow at the beginning of last week, and that's just basically killed them all off. But as you can see, we've still got quite a few chilies on here. So I'll be harvesting these today, I think, taking them home. And under here we have got some elephant garlic, which is coming through. There's a little bit coming through there, and I've got one there as well, which I know you can see is, yeah, they're coming through. I've got some kale. I went out doing a gleaning day back in October, where you go and basically empty a farmer's field of crops that he can't, it's not economic for him to harvest and sell, so he gives them away. And we went as a group and collected them for charity, and they were sent off then to be processed and turned into food basically for the disadvantaged and the homeless. So when I was down there, I noticed there were lots of these little kale plants sprouting up, so I grabbed a handful, stuck them in the tub that I had in the boot of the car, brought them home, and I've got half a dozen decent kale plants there, so they're going to be going out come the spring. And I've still got some little bits of parsley and whatever there. There's some curly parsley there, that's a flat leaf parsley here. And there was also some potatoes on the bottom, I'm sure you noticed those. I got given some potatoes and some onions for Christmas. Despite the fact I already got loads and loads and loads already, you can't have too many onions, honest. So I keep telling myself that anyway. Right, That's basically it for now, I think. Nothing much to tell you. The chickens are free roaming today, as you've seen already. We've let them go out and they forage, they basically scratch and they enjoy themselves. We've not had any more problems with flooding as we had on Boxing Day. This area itself is not perfect yet. There's a lot of work to do down here. The rest of that compost pile's got to move, and then I can flatten the whole area out, and then we can start looking at possibly fencing it all in with a covered run for the chickens to enjoy and be out of the rain, out of the cold and the snow. Have an area to have a dust bath, because at the moment they don't have an area for dust bath, which is one of the things they really do need. And my wife is talking about getting more chickens. Yeah, we'll see. I don't have a problem in principle with having more chickens, to be fair. They are wonderful creatures. They've all got their own little personalities, as you wouldn't believe, and they give us eggs as well. I never eat as many eggs as I have in the last 6 months. Right, nothing more to tell you, so there's no point in me waffling on. I will sign off now and leave you to it. Just say thank you to everybody for watching. Thank you for all the comments. I do reply to every comment, so please feel free to put your comments, good or bad. I'm quite happy either way. And I might come back and show you how I've got on later with the strawberry area down there, and possibly with moving the compost area and generally tidying up, to be honest, because everything's just looking a mess in winter time, like it always does. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and I'll speak to you later. Bye for now.